All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Some of you are dealing with a mother figure, or you may be a mother, and there is an involvement here of a male and a female. I want to look into this a little bit further to see what exactly is going on. I feel like there's a lot of turmoil between a mother and possibly two siblings, male or female, or you could be the mother and you might have two children who are male and female, and there's a lot of conflict right now. And this could be something from a past life of some sort. You could be someone that's very involved in the arts, really likes angels, likes biblical studies. You could work in a field where you might be military, or just a very strict field is what I'm getting. But in your past life, you may have been of a tribe where there was slavery, or you could be of Native American or Egyptian descent. Let's see what else comes out. What is this war and battles? I want to know what else is going on with this mother and male and female. Yeah, Native American and knighthood came out. So in your past life, you could have been, or you may have currently, Native American descent. And you could have been of someone within some type of military or a warrior of some sort, but you were held in very high value, but you grew up in a energy of a lot of a war, right? So a lot of anger, a lot of strife. This could be you in present day as well. Take it how it resonates. This is the Afterlife Tarot deck, so I am pulling on both energies. You could be someone who is very, extremely close to your father, and the battles may be between your mother and your father, or you may be a mother going back and forth with the father of your children, or you may be a father going back and forth with your mother, with the mother of your children, or even your mother. I get here that there's a lot of family neglect. This could be generational. This could have been something where your family had migrated at some point. They put faith and trust into the fact that they could build something different somewhere else, but unfortunately it was like the generational curse or the generational bondage was brought forward into this new land, this new opportunity. Now let's see, I'm getting for some of you that this is present energy. Like, you could have been like present energy in this lifetime, but you still, for some of you, you have connections. This is kind of like if you're a family who consistently goes through the same struggles, right? So it's because it's generational. You went through this in past lives as well, and there's lessons that are still needing to be learned. So just because you're dealing with it now in this life, it doesn't mean that it doesn't have a reason. There's always a reason behind everything that occurs in this life. For a lot of you, it is generational. There are generational bondages and curses and chains that need to be broken. For some of you, you may be distant from your family and have decided to take your own family elsewhere, and just so that you can grow and focus on your family, or you may not even have family. It just might be you, and you're dealing with this separation in your family where you may be closer to your father or you may be closer to your mother, but there is the male and male and female aspect. For some of you, you may be transgender, or you may be non-binary, is what I heard, where you don't claim being female or male. And then for others of you, you just have an equal balance of male and female energy, and that is why it's so hard for you to connect with certain people in your family, because they're not accepting of it. So, you know, if you are a male and you're feminine in compassion, right? It may be something that your father doesn't like. If you're a female and, you know, you might be someone that's into the arts. I've gotten that twice. You might have a father who plays guitar or is into the arts, and you're very close to your father. And because of that, it's like the father may have raised you, your father may have raised you, or you've always had a very close, deep understanding with your father compared to your mother. But for some of you, I'm getting too, it's that if you're a female and you move in that masculine energy a lot, so you're very opinionated, you're very open about how you feel with people, your mother has a hard time accepting that. The females in your company have a hard time understanding why it is that you don't let certain things bother you. You kind of just like whatever. You may be someone that doesn't have a lot of friends in general. You may be a lone wolf, aka is what they call it. Yeah, for some of you, you may have a child, or you could be the baby of your family. I feel like you're the chosen one in your family. Your arts and your possessions you've had from lifetime to lifetime is what I'm getting. But there's always been some type of struggle and strife in your life. Your mother might have a problem with you being favored in the world, because you, it's almost like they feel like you haven't earned it, or you could have come up in a household where there just wasn't a lot of love and compassion, and your parents are upset because you get that from people naturally, and it's a control situation. For some of you, you might have roots to Atlantis, so you might like the water a lot. You may have had people in your family tell you not to go near the water, and it's because you become empowered when you're by the water. A lot of you have a hard time speaking when you're around your family. You may be someone that is a native speaker of a different tongue, right? For some of you, you may be able to pray in tongue, not understanding what it is that you're saying, but understand that when you are speaking in tongue, regardless of what you think or don't understand, you are connecting to God, because you have always been someone who has given back. In a past life, you may have gone through struggles financially where you weren't able to provide, or you could have been someone in the past life who gave to mothers and children who didn't have anything to eat. Wow. I'm getting an energy of someone that's very grounded. Like you don't even know how connected to God you are, to spirit. For those of you who don't like the word God, God is God. Show respect and, you know, understand that it's okay. It's okay to be hurt and to not, you know, be happy all the time. For some of you, you feel like you've always had to toil and labor in some aspect of your life. For some of you, you may have felt like you didn't have a connection to God, or you may have had a connection to God, and the reason why you stopped praying as much or devoting yourself to God or meditating is because of the things that have happened to people around you that you love. So deaths in your family, possibly with your mother or your father. A sibling here I'm getting could have passed away, and that was the breaking point for you that caused you to walk away. This could have been a farm of some sort that you had with a family member. That business has closed down, or that business is in danger of closing because of the aspect of not having enough help from your family that you live with. From some of you, you are in a karmic relationship and you don't have the energy or the strength to move on from this relationship. But you're really having struggles in your past life. Part of it is because you're not connecting. Part of it is because you're not fully connecting with spirit. For some of you, it's It's like you're needing to rebuild yourself and have faith in the smaller things in life. For some of you, you've been in active war zones, so in the military, and you're dealing with, or you have walked out of a relationship that was unrequited. So you were never supposed to be with this person. You ended up with this person again in this current life so that you can learn the lessons that you didn't finish learning in your past life. For some of you in your past life was cut short. A lot of you were musicians, or you're really into the arts. An artist is what I heard. You could be someone that draws a lot or doodles. Through your childhood and as an adult as well, you feel tempted to doodle. You're someone that has a very short attention span, and people have tried to use that in the negative, but it's because you're really smart. You're someone that you break things down. Yeah, the person who you were in a relationship with in this current life, for some of you, you could have been dealing with someone that, you know, you needed to learn lessons from. And that person was in a position of authority. So you could have been someone that was in a relationship with someone that was very abusive, physically, emotionally, or mentally. And this person was in a position of power. So this person could have been a judge or a police officer is what I'm getting. This person may have had Samoan descent. A lot of you have an Asian lineage. I'm getting Asian lineage, Native American, or you have very pronounced features. Your skin has like a red undertone. It doesn't matter what shade, if you're black, white, Japanese, Chinese, doesn't matter. Hispanic, it doesn't matter. There's something about the way that you look that is very warrior-esque. Okay, when people look at you, you have this warrior look about yourself, whether you're male or female. All right, and it's because you have lineage. You are a warrior. You are a warrior, which is why you're able to overcome so much adversity in your life. For some of you, you're starting to wake up to who it is that you've been in your past life and who you are. For others of you, you're having a lot of dreams right now that are taking you to different lands, and you think that they're just dreams, but they're not just dreams. You're astral traveling, and you need to pay attention to the people around you in those dreams and those spaces. For you, for some of you, it is something with neon lights, specifically green neon lights, and you need to pay attention to these green neon lights because those are your spirit tribe with you. For some of you, you are galactic beings, all right? And you come from, you may have left Greece, or you may have Roman descent. For some of you, you were warriors in Greece, all right? For some of you, you do have a Celtic background and you were an orphan. And because you were an orphan, you have moved on into this life where you're feeling like you're constantly up against adversity because you don't know who you are. All right, you need to pay attention to your dreams. There's something with neon lights and astral traveling. If you're seeing astral lights when you astral travel, it is because you're getting a revelation of why it is that you have gone through the things that you've been through. For some of you, you're not physical orphans, but you felt an orphan from society. Like you've always stuck out from society, or you've always been different from society. And for others of you, it is that you do not have any connection to no one because you're that different. You cannot find a connection. You can sit there and talk with people and laugh and giggle and have a great time, but at the end of the day, you're always feeling alone. And it's almost like you're always in this pensive, deep thought about what's going on. And, you know, you feel like you're a little bit of a loner at times. But that is because you are not meant to take the path that is less traveled. Wow, I heard that earlier, and as I said it again, leaving or travel. For some of you have left where you're from. All right, whether locally or, you know, domestic or internationally, whatever country you're in, you have left where you've been. You have left where you've been, and it was because you were feeling stuck, right? I get here that since you've left, you've been illuminated. Again, I'm getting that some of you have been into Egypt, or you have Middle Eastern descent. Some of you have Middle Eastern descent. Something with Asia, the Middle East, Native American features, very Indian tribal. Back to, you know, you were someone that if you were to rewind your ancestry and do an ancestral chart, like your family was, you know, if it's written in your family books, like your family fought. Your family fought wars, or your family was known like you can't mess with that family, right? Now, within every family, there are people who are strong and there are people who are weak, right? But specifically for the person that I'm pulling on right now, you are someone who, in your lineage of this life and past lives, your entire family was a family that was a force to be reckoned with. Your specific bloodline is unique. And the stories that were told to you as children, they were actually stories of what it was that your family had to endure. But they were changed along the way. For some of you, because there were people in your family who orphaned themselves away from others, you missed out on some of those stories. For some of those people, they could have been incarcerated, or you could have been incarcerated, or you lived in a boarding house of some sort, or you have been in a space where you had to share space with people. College, university, dorm room, take it how it resonates. For some of you, you may be actually living in a hotel right now. I'm picking up on someone who's living in a hotel, and there's a gentleman that walks around with a white tank top in the hotel. Caucasian man with dark hair. Be careful when you're around this person. This person doesn't surround themselves with the best person. Although they won't physically harm you, the person that they surround themselves with can be of danger to you. All right? You could have been a medicine man or a medicine woman in your past life. And again, I'm seeing Atlantis. Yeah. A lot of you need to focus on your health. Okay? Yeah, your spouse is of the same lineage that you are. So you need to focus on getting more in contact, getting more in touch with your deeper self and understanding what it is to be a starseed for some of you. For some of you, you're very attracted to lights, specifically bright lights. I'm getting someone again with like this green, like astral travel, right? For some of you, you could be dealing with a lawsuit right now, which is going to work out in your favor, and you're going to get better in health. Yeah. For some of you, if you were to just believe in who you are and have as much faith and vow to yourself that you can overcome situations and progress in life, you'll understand who you are and why it is that you're feeling anxious at present times. I'm getting this energy as someone that feels very anxious, or made a promise to a father that they weren't going to give up, or made a promise to themselves after the passing of a father or a mother or a sibling, or some type of significant transformation in their life, that they weren't going to regress back to their old ways or allow things to hurt them as deep and emotionally as they have in the past. I'm getting this story of a person who is constantly feeling like there's something coming next. You're someone who may not be sleeping, or you're someone who feels like you've put in a lot of work, but you're not seeing progress. You might be dealing with a situation with a car right now, or you may have made a promise to someone or to yourself about a vehicle, or someone may have promised you that they were going to help you with something, but things didn't work out in your favor with that situation. For others of you, it may be a situation with a new transportation that you're getting. A blessing is what I'm hearing. Not to worry about the situation that you're in. For some of you, you've been in a stagnant period, and it's because of the fact that you haven't been devoting yourself to God. A lot of you are journaling in this present time. For some of you, I may have gone a cruise in the last year and came out of a karmic relationship. All right? A lot of you, you don't pray enough. You don't have to be Christian or Catholic or a monk or anything like that. Meditation is connecting you with source, and you're not doing your personal work. There's people out here that I'm hearing ask a lot, but don't ever give the simplest thing, and that's time to the divine. There's some of you that don't sit down to pray enough, so you'll listen to tarot all day, but you won't sit down and pray. And prayer doesn't have to be a recited prayer. It's simply communicating with the higher beings, God, the universe, Mother Gaia, Yahweh, whatever name you want to give, right? I'm gonna go into, for some of you, you might be of Jewish descent. Or there might be something with a Jewish person that you're dealing with. Right? Or you might have a really good friend or people around you who are Jewish. Or something about Jewish people. You might live in a Jewish community. Yeah. Let's see here. After toil and labor, you sometimes feel exhausted. Beyond what it is that the normal person would feel. And it's because you're not balanced right now in this present time. It's something about a long-term investment that was made. So you have two people united, right? Two people united, two people praising, and two people being excited about the new beginnings, right? And then you have someone that is looking from the outside in and, you know, wanting what it is that you have, right? I feel like the person from the outside looking in, wanting what it is that you have, maybe family, or maybe a karmic that you're dealing with. A karmic is not a soulmate. Okay? A karmic is not a soulmate. A karmic is brought into your life specifically to teach you lessons. Some of you need to let go of the people that you're still wanting to attach yourself with. A karmic is not a soulmate. A karmic is not a twin flame. A karmic is, as it sounds, karma. Okay? Karma. For something you've done in this life or your past life. Let it go. Stop asking about people that you're not in relationships with. Yeah, you have the devil here and then the ace of wands on top of that. I'm getting this story of someone that's like, you keep looking out for someone, right? Because you're connected with them from your past life and you feel like it's like a must to have this person in your life. Like if this person isn't in your life, it's like nothing's gonna work out, right? Because this person, you just have such an intense soul connection, right? It just, everything is just great, except in the physical, right? Or in the spiritual. Everything is great in bed. Everything is great when you're intoxicated. Everything is great when it's a party, right? When you're having fun. But when you try to sit down and have a deep heart-to-heart conversation with this person, you realize that all this person does is deviate from the conversation and situation. Because that person is a karmic. They are bringing you karma. You are to learn a lesson specifically with that person. As beautiful as you thought moments of it were, take the veil off your eyes and see the person and the situation for exactly what they were. Okay? Some of you are moving away or have moved away because of all the drama. It's like the minute you decide to move away from your family and your friends that aren't being honest with you is when you gain this new perspective and the strength to overcome. You could have been dealing with someone who was very egotistical. Someone who made you promises about financial stability, right? But wasn't really there to put the work in or to show you how to get that financial stability. So you've withdrawn within yourself. I'm getting this energy. I'm hearing false promises. And this starts from your childhood, from your parents, through your adulthood. Whomever it is that you look at as a inspirational figure throughout your life. The people whom you've looked at, this is specifically for someone who is in this energy of complete transformation. You're not someone who has a lot of friends around you, all right? You're not someone who's constantly hanging out at night in the club. This is someone who is completely withdrawn from society, but for connections with a complete stranger on the street. You have more connections with people via YouTube, and you're okay with that because you know the devilish ways is what I've heard, and the devilish ways of the people that you've known. You're someone that you're okay with retreating from everyone from your past because you realize that they're all connected one way or another, or you're learning that these people are all connected one way or another in the plot to your downfall. And you don't want to hear it. For some of you, you're still stuck on love because you feel like that's going to fix everything, but you don't want to do the work. You don't want to do the work. For others of you, you're doing the work. You may even be someone that's going to a soup kitchen or has been in a soup kitchen trying to help others. I'm getting someone who was incarcerated and came out and revamped their entire life, was counted out. You have people who are doing time for crimes that they didn't do. And because of that, the world is constantly looking at them from a negative light. Mm-hmm. Yep. It's so interesting how some people give, and give, and have nothing, but yet people find something to envy you for. You're someone that is very envied. God bless you. You are someone who's very envied. You have a good heart. You may look very young for your age. And it's because you move in love. Even when you're having a bad day, your worst day, you still give off the energy of love. You still give off the energy of love even when you don't feel it. Yeah, Page of Pentacles here. You're someone that moved away. Yeah, the moon, because you realized of all the insincerity that was around you, but you don't have nothing to fear because it's like everything is going to continue to play out the way that it was. So like what you're going through is because of the energies around you. You have people around you who are greedy, who don't want to see you grow, who don't want to see you succeed. And you're patiently waiting, right? But this decision to move away, for some of you, you're moving away from home. That's so funny. This card is in the middle of the deck. It says, what we see in the symbology of tarot derives in large measure from our own intuition and once revealed reflects back upon each of us to further enrich our lives. You played the game. You played the game. You played the game. And although you won, along the way you failed miserably. And it was a lesson, a karmic lesson that you needed to learn. A karmic lesson that you needed to learn because you were in complete bondage. You allowed yourself to go through complete bondage. For some of you, you may have even ended up in a situation where you had no money. You had to ask for money from people. And when you were asking money from people, you realized that these people really didn't have your back. And it was like, oh my gosh, like, you know, why is it that you guys can't help me and give me the same love that I've given to you? I was always kind. I was always loving to you. I was always inviting, Queen of Wands. And then you sought out this wisdom and understanding that there's a lot more behind people than what the eye can see. It's not about manifestation. It's about understanding who you are, right? So that you can have an equal yin and yang. You know? So that you can have an equal yin and yang. Because you were trying to do too much and give too much. right? This message is very specific. Spirit, who is the person that's coming against the collective? I'm getting someone that's very foolish. The person that's holding you back or that is sending you like this heavy energy, there's someone that like you're not even in communication with this person anymore. And this person's upset that you're doing well, better than them. Okay? And this person feels like, yeah, like you're sitting here at peace. Like you've removed this person from your life. This is someone who you've removed from your life and you've decided that you can no longer deal with this person because this person was very deceitful. This person was someone that played games and it was always an uphill battle. This is someone that's no longer dealing with a karmic. And you knew that this person was like this. You knew going into this relationship with this person, there were multiple red flags that this person was not in it for the right reasons. I'm getting that this could have been a friendship, okay? Or this could have been someone that you were in, you know, in a relationship with. And for a few of you, it's family. And then for I'm getting for some too, it's like all of the above. Even at work. For some of you, you can't even freaking get a promotion in your place because you're that much of a threat. Look, you're that much of a threat. Yeah, a lot of you are making this major decision to go ahead and up and leave, okay? Because you realize that you're worth so much more than what you're being offered, right? You've realized that the connection you're in right now or the connection that you've been dealing with is different. The person that you're dealing with makes you feel drained. They make you feel stuck. Excuse me, they make you feel stuck and you may even feel like this person is draining your resources. Excuse me. This person is draining your resources. The minute you cut this person off, okay, this came up in the general reading yesterday as well, I think. I remember me saying that for some of you, the minute you cut somebody off, it's like your finances start getting better, you start sleeping better. Okay, I don't remember what sign it was, but it came up yesterday. Remember me saying this to somebody, either directly or the collective, but for someone, for a few of you maybe. Okay, the minute you cut this person off, you're going to start feeling lighter and you're going to be making money again. For some of you, you're not even able to make money right now. Like you're making money, but it's like you're not, like you think you're making money and you're like, damn, I can't even, you know, this isn't even my real hustle right now. Like I normally have no problem getting my you know, my things together and keeping it moving. And it's because like you're dealing with someone that's fake. They're draining you. They're draining you of your resources. This is a karmic. This is a karmic that you've had a connection with since your past life, right? This is someone who witnessed you or knows that you've been through turmoil in your life, right? This is someone that knows you're alone. This could be a mother that's always taking from you. Yeah. Like, this isn't someone who, you know, you feel happy-go-lucky when you're around. Like, you already know. Like, you're just trying to find, like, the confirmation of cutting this. I feel like this is someone you're really close to. I feel like whomever this person is to you is someone that is not as simple as you cutting them off. Right? It's not as simple as you just saying, oh, I'm done, cut off. No, because you have a connection with this person. And for some of you, it's not simple because this person is doing freaking work on you. This person's pulling on your energy so that they can freaking progress and you can stay back. No, it's real, man. I don't care what anyone says about, you know, oh, the energy that you put out there. No, if you want to be naive and think that there isn't good and evil in this world, then you go be naive. You go be naive and get stuck in this energy of not moving forward, or you see things for the way that they are and you level up to where it is that you're supposed to be, because it can't be so much BS happens in your life time and time after again, from your parents to your siblings to your friends. There's always some shit. There's always something, right? It's not freaking bad luck. There's no such thing as a coincidence. Coincidences are of the devil. What is the coincidence? What is the coincidence? What is the coincidence? Is what you need to ask yourself. What is the coincidence? Why is it that this person reminds me of so-and-so? Why is it that I feel so vaguely connected to this person? Why is it that I can't get over this person? Why can I get this person off my mind? If you cannot get someone off your mind 24/7, it is because they're thinking about you. And then you need to assess the way that you're feeling when you think about this person, before, during, and after. And not just 5 minutes later, for the rest of the day. Are you cranky for the rest of the day when someone pulls up to your house? Do you feel like there's a bunch of bad stuff, weird stuff happening before someone appears in your energy? Whether physically, right? They show up to your house or your workplace, or they call you on the phone. Do you get a headache? That is someone draining you. That is someone draining you. If you know, you know. If you don't, good for you. I don't wish that upon you. But any reader who has experience with the occult will confirm, or anyone who has been through a darkness, dealing with black magic, or dealing with people who are evil spirited people and are really grounded and recognize things for what they are, will admit, yes, that stuff is real. Go talk to some Christians or some Catholics. Why do you think Catholics be freaking, you know, removing spirits off of people if they don't believe, if there's no witchcraft and shit? Come on. Come on now. Stop being a sheep and open your eyes. Open your eyes, because when you start leaving these things behind, that's when you get your brand new abundance in your beginning. Okay? And the closer you get to reaching your goal, all right? The closer you get to reaching your goal is the closer you'll get to feeling grounded in yourself, and the quicker you'll see things coming for you before they come. Some of you, you're so freaking intuitive, and you just, you know, you just like, oh, well, you know, I'm sure so-and-so didn't mean that. Nah, fuck that shit. She meant it. They meant it. That dirty look was intentional. All right? People don't walk around giving dirty looks just for fun. Right? People don't give dirty looks just for fun. People don't make you feel small just for fun. Okay? It's beyond the flesh. It is beyond the flesh. It's like when you have your intuition, you know, you're sitting there, you're taking a test, and you think about, man, should I select option A or option B? If I select option A, that's process of elimination. People aren't stupid. People pretend to be stupid. There is nobody that's stupid. I'm sorry. You allow yourself to be as smart or as foolish as you want to be. And for some of you, you keep taking this as a joke. It's not a freaking joke. The things that you're doing are going to affect your children and your grandchildren's children. Stop playing around, because your mission is not to be out here playing around. For some of you, you've reincarnated specifically to break generational curses. For some of you, you're even maybe meant to adopt a child Or you might be someone who was adopted. I get this energy of someone that gives a lot to people. You give a lot to people, but you don't want to see shit for what it is. Why don't you want to see things for what it is? Because the minute you see things for what it is, it confirms everything that you believed, and then you realize that everything around you was a freaking lie to date. And that is a hard pill to swallow. But I'd rather swallow that pill, right, than to live in naiveness and let people walk all over me, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? What's the whole point and the whole purpose if you're serving everyone else that doesn't deserve to be served? People that do evil shit, you don't have to wish bad upon them, but don't be praying for their don't be praying for their mercy. For what? Don't pray for their mercy. Don't pray for their forgiveness. That's not your place. You're not God. How do you know that that person isn't suffering a karma for something that they did? How do you know that you're not suffering your karma for something that you did in life or your past? You won't until you do the work. When you do the work and you buckle down, all right, and you focus on the things that are important, your soul, is when you progress on to understand. That's when you get your soulmate, quote unquote, your twin flame, quote unquote. I hear people say, "Oh, I don't believe in soulmates and karmics and all this stuff," and I get why. Because people get so gun-ho on all those terms that they don't realize it's good or evil. Either you deal with good people or you deal with freaking wicked people. When you raise your vibration, you see things and you feel things, and you're able to discern when no one else can. That's why some of you can't even go to a public gym. It's not because you're out of shape and you can't make it down the street. It's because the energy is heavy there. And your spirit won't allow you. Start working out at home. Stop putting limitations in place for your blessing. The time is now. The time is now. Now, not tomorrow, not yesterday, like right now. If you're feeling like someone, regardless of what connection it is that you have, that you're connected to them, but you feel horrible, pay attention. Your emotions, the way you feel, the way someone makes you feel, is more important than anything. I don't care if it's your mother, your father, your sister, your cousin, your aunt, whomever, your child. Not everybody that is blood is meant to share your riches. And the longer you keep people, places, and things around that are not part of your lineage, okay, that are part of the karmic, the longer it takes for you to get there. A lot of you need to start learning how to be quiet about the moves you make and keeping your moves hidden. Keep your moves hidden. Keep your moves hidden. And not hidden because you're ashamed of who you are. All right? You shouldn't be ashamed of listening to tarot. You shouldn't be ashamed. Are you are Christians or Catholics or any of these other, spiritual practices ashamed? For some of you, you go to church faithfully. You go to church faithfully, but you'll hide the fact that you even listen to tarot. That's crazy. Hey, get it how you live, but are you living in your truth? Are you living in your truth? Because if the people you commune with and you pray with don't make you feel comfortable, who are you praying to? Who are you praying to? If you go in a church and you can't even sit in that room and be honest with the people around you that you're praying and who you are, trust and believe those people ain't for you. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. Every religion has its good and has its bad. This is a spiritual practice. You have to question the why. They say don't question God. Well, when you have a relationship with God, you talk with God. That's prayer. Talking with God is prayer. Right? So if you're talking to God and you have open communication, you don't think that your father, God, your mother, God, I think God doesn't have a gender. I think he can manifest, or she can manifest into multiple, for us as human beings to understand, right? But do you not ask your teacher questions so that you can learn to become better? So why not question spirit? That I have to my God. You know, my God, I believe he's the God of all gods. He's a loving God. He's a faithful God. He's a caring God. He's an honest God. He's a tough love God. Because the God that I serve, he isn't weak. He's a warrior. And his army's full of warriors. So if I want to become like him and remain in his image, I'm going to follow suit to what it is that he says to me. Even if that means cutting off my mother, my father, my sister, my brother, I don't give a shit who it is. And sometimes it's cutting people off for a season to focus on yourself, to understand where you lie. For some of you, you deal with people who are constantly pointing the finger at you, and you're sitting there like, man, maybe I am the problem. But have you taken the time off away from these people in a completely healthy state of mind for months or for weeks at a time to be able to truly decipher if the problem is you or them? Because sometimes you could be in the wrong place, you could be living in the wrong city, surrounding yourself with the wrong family, with the wrong friends, and working in the wrong workplace, and still be able to survive because of the grace of the divine, but not supposed to be there. I'm just saying, don't get comfortable. Don't get comfortable. Don't get comfortable. For some of you, you just need to sit down and stay put. For once in your life, sit down and stay put. Right? And get your mind out of this lack mindset. For some of you live in this lack mindset because of the way you were conditioned growing up. You know? So that's what I have for you beautiful people today. I hope it resonated. I am doing a raffle for a personal reading. I might do several people on the personal reading. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it live. It might just be like I might do it live, and then I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. It's going to be a live, but only for select viewers. They'll get the link. It'll be private for those who, want to get deep. So I will be doing that in my free tarot quickies. I am still doing free tarot quickies. For those of you who do like the free tarot quickies, I am doing that, but just to make sure that I'm getting different people, I am solely going off of who spirit leads me to read to at that present time. If I miss you, even if you've been in the chat from the beginning, I am so sorry. It's not that I'm ignoring you. It's just I have to go off of what spirit tells me to do. But that being said, I call your name and if I see that you haven't been active in the chat, I'm not going in a specific order. If you're not active in the chat throughout the session when doing the general and reading on other people and engaging and, uplifting the community, I will not give you a read. Okay? It's nothing personal, but I am building a community. The space is dedicated to those who are really trying to grow and build and become, the best version of themselves. I love you guys, and I really hope that, you know what I mean? Sorry, I'm reading the I'm reading messages in the chat. But yes, I am fully conscious of who's aware. If I don't get you on, a free read, then, I'll get you on the next one. If you're a follower of my channel, you know that I try to keep it as fair as possible all the time. So I am working on different things so that everyone has an opportunity. I don't time my personal, free quickie. I don't time the free quickies just because some messages, they just need to be relayed. So sometimes you'll have someone that'll have, 3 cards and boom, the message is clear as day. Right? And then you have people who it's, 30 minutes in and I'm still in a reading, and I am going to deliver that message. I'm not going to keep it within. Same thing with the personal, whomever wins the raffle, if it's one person or if it's multiple people that I'm led to give free personal readings for, it will be a lengthy reading. I just cannot tell you if it's going to be, 20 minutes or 30 minutes. But we will be going in depth and you will be able to ask me questions specific to your situation. It will be a general reading. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, so I am going to start doing these Let Spirit Speak sessions again because I know that you guys really like those. And that's what we have for today. I hope it brought you clarity in your life, and just, in your present mind frame when you view this or hear it, whether it's today or 2-3 months or a year or 4 years from now. I really hope that that message inspires you to finally dig your feet down and focus on yourself. Okay? So I love you guys, and I pray that you're always in the best of light and healing. And I really do believe that if you put your energy in the right places, everything that your heart desires will come into fruition, as long as it's in good spirit, right? And for those of you who like to manifest evil, just know that that's going to come right back on you, and if you're manifesting evil, I'm not going to pray for you because you've looked for that on your own. But I'm a firm believer that there's no one on my channel like that. I'm very good at praying those people away from me, my collective, and my channel. So I love you guys, and I will be back on, if not tonight, definitely tomorrow, and I will be doing free tarot quickies, or if I feel like Spirit is leading me to jump on again and do a general, I will do that as well. I love you. Have a great day.